Welcome to the first installment of Shark Tank, a new pitch competition brought to you by Ropes. My name is Bisan Salman. I'm the program director of Shark Tank, and I will be your host. In Arabic, the word Sharq means East, and that's appropriate because today the Middle East is being transformed by the entrepreneurial spirit best exemplified on the show Shark Tank. Today, we will be featuring 8 dynamic young Arab founders from all around Israel, Palestine, both Palestinian citizens of Israel and also Palestinians from the West Bank, Gaza, and East Jerusalem. We will be holding a couple more of these virtual sessions in the weeks to come. Our judging panel of experienced venture capitalists, the Sharks, will select the strongest contestants from this virtual round to advance to our final event in Dubai in December, where they will compete for regional investment and a pool of prize money. Before we get started, a few notes about how today's competition will go. Each contestant will be given 4 minutes to make their pitch. They will hear a bell when they have 1 minute left, and the buzzer will sound when time is up. After that, there will be 5 minutes of Q&A with our sharks. One final note to any investor who may be watching, we're doing this competition to elevate these promising young entrepreneurs. So if you see a startup that you might be interested to invest in, please email us at sharktank@ropes.org, shark with a Q, and we'll be happy to put you in touch. And now, without further ado, let's meet our sharks. Abbas Kazmi, a multi-award winning serial entrepreneur, investor, and advisor to governments, recognized by the likes of Forbes 30 Under 30 and Maserati 100, among others. He is a co-founding partner of Sabah Fund, the first VC fund between MENA, Turkey, and Central Asia, of Blackwood Ventures, Collegiate Capital, Oxford Accelerator, and more. Abbas is a graduate of Oxford and Harvard and is well known for bridging the MENA and Western tech markets. Aaron Applebaum, a general partner at Kinetica Ventures. He was previously a partner at Mizma Ventures and a principal at Strategic Cyber Ventures, a cybersecurity-focused VC firm spun out of Hudson Bay Capital. Aaron also serves as an advisor to MCAN Capital and has been involved with emergency and defense-focused investments initiatives in the region. He holds a degree from Princeton University and is a Kaufman Fellow and a member of YPO. Eyal Fisher, an early-stage investor focused on intersection of technology and the physical world. Most recently, he was a director at Tech Ventures in New York, backing founders across biotech, robotics, and AI. Earlier in his career, he worked across both structured credit and private equity in New York and London, including at RI Capital Partner, a leading investment trust founded by Jacob Rothschild. Eyal holds an MBA from Columbia Business School, where he was on the Dean list, and an honor degree in management from the University of Manchester. And now it's the time to present the first contestant for today. Mohamad Yousef from Kfar Yassif in Israel, who founded Yuthent, a system that makes sure important actions only happen when you personally approve them on your phone using Face ID, fingerprint, or a quick confirmation right at the moment. Hammad, please, the stage is yours.
Hello, I'm Mohamad Khalil Yossif, founder and CEO of Yuthent. We do cybersecurity for action approval. Let me start with a question. Tomorrow, a user in your platform says, I didn't do that specific action, a payment or data export, or even deleted record. Can we prove who did it? And basically, you can't and nobody can, and here is why. Every system today runs on sessions. You log in once, you get a token. From that moment, the system trusts the tokens, and the token, not you. And tokens get stolen, shared, replayed, or even social engineered. An attacker inside a valid session looks exactly like you. And even your AI agent holding your token also looks exactly like you. Session valid was never a human approval. And that gap is $10.2 million a problem. Regulators are closing this gap by law. DORA and PCI DSS 4 enforced today. The EU AI Act requires a human sign-off by 2027, our window to own that standard. They all demand the same proof, that specific human approved that action. Training, audit logs, or even health patterns, none of it prove that. The layer is still open. And this is what we build. A user triggers a sensitive action, the device asks for fingerprint or face. A secure chip inside the phone signs that exact action. The server verifies that signature before anything executes. The biometric never leaves the device, the proof lands in temper evident ledger. The integration is one SDK call around the sensitive action or any verification at your API call. A thin layer, not a rewrite. Security today has 3 layers: authentication, who you are; authorization, what you may do; and the audit log, which is the record. The moment of action falls between them. We are the 4th layer, execution authority. Okta and the big players won't build this. It's a break how they make money, so they will buy it, not build it. The model is simple. One fixed annual price, predictable for the CFO, never per action bill. 3 deployment tiers, hosted, dedicated, or on-prem for governments and regulated buyers. A fair use selling keeps our margin above 20%. We start with paid pilots, 30 days, and turns into yearly deal worth $500,000 up to $2 million. And where we stand today, we have patent pending in the US, and I published the protocol at the ITF and opened the new category. And just today, basically, I needed to update the slide to say that also OWASP adopted the idea. The product is built, SDKs, background, and even customer protocol. We are part of Safe Knowledge and HASUB programs, and early conversation for first paid pilots already underway in cyber insurance and healthcare. I'm a solo founder backed by an advisor and security engineers who validated the cryptography. The whole idea came from one customer sentence: we can't replace our biometric time clocks with an app. One customer felt it, the whole market has it. We are raising $3 million, a small round to do three things. Turn the platform into first revenue, get the external and audited so regulator buyers can sign, and look the category for this company. Sessionville have never been a human approval, and we are the solution.
What about, sort of there's a trend that's not that new any longer, that was pioneered by Google, which is this kind of zero trust framework, right? So when you leave the office, you lose all rights and permissions, and when you log back in, it's kind of re-permissioned, right? And it's, of course, it's not just as you mentioned, right? The authentication, right? It's also the authorization. It's right, I'm meant to be here, but it looks like that because the attacker is pretending to be me. But when I'm touching critical things, I get challenged, right? So how is it either different than the zero trust frameworks that folks are using, whereby every day the permissions are renewed when they come into the office? And the answer might be that's mostly only really big organizations that use that framework, and you still have the whole SMB market, which doesn't. And the second is, there are a lot of platforms today that do challenge when it comes to critical, when you send a wire, today at least, I do need to use my face, or my fingerprint, or, so I guess, so I've an enterprise question, folks who are just doing it fundamentally different. Than I have an SMB question, when I log into my small, Silicon Valley bank, I am getting challenged on critical maneuvers.
That's a good question. And basically the founder of the Zero Trust is one of my network people. Zero Trust say that you should not trust the environment, but Zero Trust have never have the answer who did that specific action. That's the main difference.
I see. So is the idea then that you would sit on top, like you would output a log that becomes sort of metadata that sits in a Splunk, so that when you go in for an audit, it's kind of enriched not only what happened, but a second layer that shows that you are you 100% know who did the action? Is that where you sit in the value chain?
What we do is a cryptographic signature. I need your biometric and your smartphone. Without the biometric, I can't do anything. So basically, what we do in simple words, it's link your biometric to your device, and that's the place where we have the IP. Okay. And after that, the protocol basically we publish it to open the category, and like it's say for enterprise companies, we have a standard, so you can trust us. But we will do the best product in the market for that standard.
So who maybe just very quickly, and I'm sorry to monopolize, but who else are you seeing in the market that may also have technology that would tie your biometric to your device to an action? Like you must have observed maybe some other
You
things.
have that, you have sample of that in your daily use. That it's the passkey, what you use in your device in daily basis to open application. But
Got
the
it. But you're saying
difference
it's not
is
enterprise. It's not across.
no. The passkey check different thing. The passkey check if the owner of the device exists. I don't know if you know, but for example, in Samsung, you can use 5 different fingerprints. That means that you can use 5 different persons in the same device that can do the action. You can't know who is the specific person that doing the action, and that's what we do.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Just
Thank you.
one quick question if we have time. Hi, Mohamad. Very quick one. Can you just quickly talk us through why you feel that this is the defensible in the market compared to competition and your customer acquisition strategy?
What was the second part? I didn't hear.
Customer acquisition strategy. You're doing paid pilots. How do you plan to attract those customers?
Okay. So first of all, I don't believe others will build this because it's a break all the idea that exists today in the internet, which is session. All the systems today built on session. So what we have built, it's not trusting the session, and it's full infrastructure with 4 tiers of actions to check and ensure that specific human is who is the one that doing this specific action. And in terms of go-to-market, I can tell you that I don't want to say names now, but we have a healthcare company from Israel basically that interesting in the product, and we are on conversation how we will implement that in their system. And in terms of let's say large number, we are in early conversation with the cyber insurance company. If we achieve a good conversation with them, so basically Yothent will be something that you must have in your system in order to get your cyber insurance. And in cyber insurance, in the last, let's say 2-3 months, all the articles saying that the CISO will stand in the court to defend what he could do, and if he can bring names, because today they want names. You can't go and blame the AI for doing something. You need to give name. Who did that and why?
Hammad, thank you. I'm sorry.
That.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, but we really need, we are very short on time and we have a specific limitation for each. Next, our next contestant is Saleem Said from East Jerusalem, who founded NEEM, a digital library that helps people easily find, learn, and play Arabic songs by providing accurate music sheets and chords for both classical and modern music.
Hi everyone. I'd like to present NEEM. Imagine you are a music student, an artist, or a musician, and you're trying to find Arabic music sheets or chords anywhere online. Well, unfortunately, you cannot find anything online if it was music sheets or chords because it does not exist. And honestly, you're not alone. There is a lack. We are losing Arabic music in a rapid pace. And you're not alone, as a lot of musicians are facing the same problem. When it comes to our heritage music, there are more than 500,000 Arabic music are not archived anywhere online, and more than 62,000 are already lost. And when it comes to Palestinian music, 12,000 music are not archived, and 7,500 are already lost. And it's not just that. When it comes to comprehensive modern music, it's even worse. There are 0 library when it comes to Arabic music, when it comes to sheets or chords, and a lot of musicians, music artists, and students have to rely on Facebook groups, random websites to just find any chords or songs. So the main problem is there's a lack of Arabic music anywhere online. What we're offering, NEEM, is a comprehensive library of Arabic music. We're going to offer music sheets, meaning notes, but also we're going to offer chords, so everyone could actually use this. What really sets us apart is we're going to have an extensive digital Arabic music library from all different genres, pop, tarab, from all time periods, from all artists, from Big Sam to Kulthum. Also, we're going to make it easy to access and personalize to your own taste, to your own level, to the genres you follow, and also to the instruments that you play. Actually, we have launched our MVP. It is actually working with more than 500 daily customers that are using our website. You can see it's really easy to access. You get to follow the artist and our top 10 and everything else. These are our music notes that our dedicated musician and transcribers are doing with our freelancers from all the Arab world. When it comes to the market value, there are 15,000 music students in the West Bank and Gaza, 1.5 in the Middle East, and 10 million people are interested in Arabic music. There are more than 5,000 music schools in the Middle East, and the market value is 1.8 billion by 2027. Our business model is quite simple. We are going to do tiered subscription based. It's going to be B2B and also B2C. It can be to music schools, to orchestras, like big schools, but also to customers themselves. If there are students or musicians, we're going to offer also one-time purchase for one song. Also, we're offering freemium in-app with an app advertising. When it comes to our competitors, there are big competitors in the Western market. It was Music Note, Ultimate Guitar, or MuseScore. They really have, like, they don't have any Arabic music. MuseScore have some, but it's really limited because it's really complex. So our main competitor is Nota, but Nota, it works like in Syrian music and like heritage Syrian music. And Arabic music library is really expensive. They don't have a lot of stuff, and it's really expensive for like $60 for like one note. Our team is me. I have a bachelor's degree in musical therapy. I am a musician myself and a music teacher, and I have a career as a social media manager and a project manager. And our CTO is Shahid Asida with a bachelor's degree in computer engineering. So far, we have more than 300 students that have signed up to our program with more than 500 daily users. We have partnership with the Royal Conservatory for Music in Jordan and also Edward Said Conservatory here in Palestine. And we have our face of NEEM, an artist. Her name is Nessa Mahjoub from Egypt. And that's it. Thank you.
Saleem, wonderful pitch. I really love what you're building. I love the Edward Said quote at the end as well. It's very important to have something like this in the market. I'm interested in understanding a bit more on the intellectual property side and how you're rewarding composers, the artists, the people who are creating this music. How are they getting rewarded in this in the solution?
So right now, what we are doing, we have transcribers that we pay them as freelancers when it comes to every music that they do. So per song, we pay these transcribers. But for our future plan, we are looking to partnership with record labels and have it like the same business model as Spotify or Anghami, where like for every use they get like for everyone like that uses the song, they get some sort of incentive, and that's how it's gonna work. We are right now in partnership with Shabaka. They are a Jordanian record label, so we got all of their library, and like they get incentive for every time someone uses their song. And we are trying to grow this aspect as we are going on and on. But for now, it's really hard because we do not have that big of a customers to partner up with like Rotana or like these big record labels.
Of course. And what have been the biggest learnings from the customers so far? Are there any requests they're asking for in terms of feature development?
Yes, so like the main stuff, like a lot of them they ask for like more notes, especially like more notes to be like part of their curriculum. So we are partnered up like with, for example, Edward Said, and like we have the entire curriculum for like Oud for like the entire 8 years. They click like year one, and they have like all the songs they have to learn for that year. And we're doing the same thing with the Jordanian music school, and we are partnering them. We have all of their curriculum, and we have them here. We just have to launch it to be part of our system. So it's a lot easier for them to actually learn instead of like having papers that they lose or like just a screenshot on their phone. So they actually have it somewhere that is actually safe and easy to use.
Wonderful. And then final question from me. What does success look like for you? Are you building this towards an exit? If so, what does that exit look like? What's the long-term goal here?
So what first was like it was like a passion project for me. Like I wanted to do it for myself because I was like struggling to find any Arabic music. But as I grow on and on, I think I wanted it to be like the main hub when it comes to Arabic music, to have a community of Arabic musicians where they can actually find Arabic music, celebrate Arabic music, and actually enjoy it. When it comes to an exit, like I think it's gonna be great if we could like partner up with Angami, maybe to have it as a side panel to like just like they have lyrics, they can also have music sheets. That could be a
Mhm.
great option. But for now, I think I just want to grow it more and more to offer it for Arabic musicians and for Arabic artists,
Thanks very much.
of course.
And on the And on the monetization side, buying the music, the sheet music, selling to, education is always tough. These are pretty small budgets. And what you have is proprietary, which is awesome, right? The fact that you're putting in the hard work. So your data is yours. So that's actually very special. And you're speaking to an audience that's inherently a lot of people. Have you explored building the Spotify-like marketplace where you actually have music and then people can listen to it, and there can be like tiers and subscription and premium and freemium, and if you're in free, then you get the ads, meaning, it's the tried and true business model for kind of content, especially in music. What you're doing is a little bit different, but is that something you've explored?
Yes, so actually, like when it comes to playing a lot of music, it's a lot easier if you can like actually hear the music that you're playing first, so you can actually practice and play. So we are doing that right now with viola. So like a lot of our songs, if you choose the violin instruments, you're gonna hear the actual songs before you play it. So you get the music sheets, but also you get to listen to the songs so you can practice. So that's one aspect we are trying to grow more and more. Right now we have more than 100 songs that are with like songs with like the actual sounds that can listen to, but it's really hard to keep growing like and have that. But we are thinking about it and we are trying to implement it in future versions.
Sounds good. And then very quickly, right? So you have inherent in what you're building is it's a sparse catalog, right? It's being lost, right? So the idea is that you don't have, a huge part of the market, which is, a lot of the content. But maybe there's a way that you could start attracting, and you can be like, hey, do you play this kind of music? Do you want to, in people who are in there want that music. There are people who want to play it but don't have. So there's a way where you can kind of jumpstart a pretty efficient marketplace, even if it's a sparse catalog. So to attract.
That is a great option. Yes, we are thinking about this as we are growing on and on.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Saleem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. The next contestant is Yousef Jiries from Haifa in Israel, who founded the SmartWrench, a tool that makes sure doctors apply the correct and consistent pressure during dental and orthopedic procedures by giving them real-time feedback to improve accuracy and reduce complications.
Thank you for the introduction. So, hi everyone, my name is Yousef. I'm a dentist, researcher, and the founder of SmartWrench. Before I start, let me ask you a question. How many of you enjoy visiting dentists? Probably not many. SmartWrench will help you reduce these visits. It's not moving. Wait. Thank you. Sorry. So when a patient loses a tooth, one of the most common treatment options dental implants. To insert the implant and the final crown, dentists use torque wrenches to apply specific tightening force. The challenge is that dentists often struggle, sometimes knowingly, sometimes unknowingly, to reach the correct torque. Every year, more than 11 million dental implants are placed worldwide. Despite major advances in implant technology, the final tightening step still relies on mechanical torque wrenches that lose accuracy over time and provide no accurate real-time confirmation that the desired torque was actually delivered. The consequences can be significant: screw loosening, screw fracture, bacterial leakage, and so on. As part of my research, I investigated the accuracy of dental torque wrenches and published findings showing that wrenches become inaccurate over time. After identifying the problem, I started looking for a solution, and the solution became SmartWrench. So SmartWrench is a Fraunhofer spin-off. With Fraunhofer is a big applied research organization in Europe. Together, we developed a patented add-on for existing torque wrenches that provide both visual and audible confirmation when the desired torque is reached. The technology combines advanced mechanochromic materials and sensor technology to verify torque delivery is real time. So our value proposition is transforming dental implants medicine to be easy, accurate, and effective. To reduce complication, we have double security mechanism and the most important real-time calibration, and we increase patients and dentist satisfaction. Regarding the value proposition, also in comparison to other wrenches that they use nowadays, we are more precise, easy to use, and the most important thing, we give real-time feedback. We have patents in Europe, registered patents, of course, in Europe, Israel, and USA. We have substantial market. We have also a lot of companies that interested. One of them provided us an LOI. Our business model is working with these companies by revenue per unit, giving licensing, like using their companies and marketing options. We want to reach minimum of 15% from all the clinics in the world. The minimum of each clinics will have two wrenches, which is give us $400 profit, and hopefully annually we will get $40 million in profits. SmartWrench is located is the most accurate device with a reasonable price. Regulatory aspect, we are class 1 in the FDA and MDR in Europe. In the upcoming 10 months, we will finalize the product. We will do adjustment validation and then regulation, and we penetrate first the American market. I'm a solo worker now. I'm the founder and the CEO. I am a dentist. I have a BSc and MSc in medical sciences, and I have an MBA. I have a professor of Moses and Ormianer. They are in the dental field. Christian Rabe is from Fraunhofer, and Matthias Sorer is a business advisor. Thank you.
Wonderful. Something super quick and very compelling, talk about founder market fit. On the size of the market, did you write billion when you meant million?
Billions, no.
Meaning you showed that it was 40. I think total dentistry equipment market is like maybe 10 billion. So maybe the risk would be.
I started with the whole wrench market. Okay, it's the whole wrench market. It can be orthopedic, it can be in the automotive. It's all the market.
So it's not. Oh, I see. But is that your addressable market? Like eventually, are you going to go into those other wrenches?
No, of course not.
Okay.
I'm going to stay at the beginning. I'm going to stay in the dentistry. I'm going to scale as soon as possible as I can to the orthopedic market, because there's a problem with the accuracy. But for the meanwhile, I'm focusing on the dentistry.
Okay, super. All right, that clears it up for me. And what are the procedures in particular? And maybe talk a little bit about the frequency of those procedures that require this particular implement. Meaning, I've been to the dentist my whole life, maybe not as much as I should have recently. I'm not sure I've had a wrench used on me. So what are the
Okay, it's like if one loses a tooth, the ideal solution is an implant. The implant is like a screw that inserted to the bone. It needs to be screwed, tightened. And after that, like putting the implant is nice, but you need to put your crown on it so you can use it, like the patient can use it functionally and eat and whatever. So we screw it also to the implant. And we have a lot of implant companies. Each company do its R&D and gives us a manufacturer instruction in order to insert it in the specific torque that they found out that it's possible. It's like suitable for them. So.
And you're selling to
so
doctors?
It's like usually I'm just selling the add-on. I'm not changing anything from the dentist workflow. I'm just making it better and more accurate.
Thank you.
Interesting you mentioned other industries. Have you thought about licensing this out so you can get a distributor or someone else will tackle those other industries, pay your royalty, that type of thing?
Yeah, definitely. I already started to check with the orthopedic section. I already contacted all the Johnson & Johnson, Stryker, Zimmer. But I can mention that when I was in Fraunhofer in Germany, I contacted also a company named Vera, which is like a tool company, and they were interested. But the thing is, for the meanwhile, I want to be focused on one thing. I cannot be like I want to do that. My patents covers everything, covers all the add-on for all the wrenches.
Okay, fantastic. I mean, you can focus on your core industry, but I'd suggest if there are multiple use cases for other industries, getting someone else to basically pay you a royalty and they develop it and take it to market.
Yeah, this is my next step, and I would love if there is some companies I'm trying to reach, but hopefully I will success. I will
Cool.
succeed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yousef. Next, we have Raja Saleh from Mughar in Israel, who founded Adan, an independent benchmark and expert correction pipeline for Arabic AI. They measure where the words top models fall in Arabic, then turn those failures into the expert data that fixes them.
Hi, do you see my screen?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, good. Hey, my name is Raja. I'm presenting Adan. Ask the best AI in the world basic question about Arabic inheritance law, and it will hand you an answer that will be fired giving. My name is Raja. I am a founder of Adan. I am a decade building ML infrastructure at Unity and Tabula, native Arabic speaker, and I built the thing that measures it. 400 million people speak Arabic. The world-based AI models failed it, and nobody is even measuring how many. I tested the frontier models on 804 expert written questions across 14 domains, and Gemini scored 83 points, and Llama 67 points. It's the best models in the market right now. And actually, the issue is there is no one is talking about how much Arabic models, Arabic questions are burning, how much tokens they are burning, and what is the cost for each Arabic question against English question in every model right now. Okay. As you can see, the legal Arabic domain is the worst and is the every single model collapsed on. It was the weakest domain for all of them. There is nobody that is talking about. Arabic doesn't just perform worse, it costs more. And same question, Arabic burn 2 to 4 tokens more than any other models. It is a problem. Gulf sovereign AI programs are spending billion on models they can't evaluate and cannot fix because the expert grade Arabic data to do either does not exist. Adam fixes both sides. Two products, one flywheel. First, a neutral cross-vendor benchmark, the measurement standard for Arabic AI, independent, expert written, contamination controlled. Second, my hero product, an expert correction pipeline. Every failure benchmark goes to domain expert who correct the model's answer that produce preference pairs, the exact training data AI labs use to fix their models, DP already. The benchmark finds the weaknesses, the pipeline sells the cure. And both are live today. Published benchmark, working pipeline, 6,000 plus impressions from the Arabic NLP community. Two buyers share this gap, sovereign AI programs, Human, J42, SDAIA, building national Arabic models with billions committed, who needs evaluation and data they can trust. And Furniture Hub, for whom Arabic is visible weakness in 400 million speaker market. On competition, the race has already started. Arabic AI just launched Helm Arabic with Stanford, but look closer, it was co-built by a model vendor whose own model ranked number on it, number one on it. And it turns on public data sets already inside every model's training data. A vendor can't certify itself, a contaminated benchmark cannot measure. Adan is independent and expert offer, and unlike any benchmark, we sell the cure, expert preferences data, that fixes failure. We find the market needs Switzerland. That's Adan. Where we are, benchmark live and cited, pipeline built, lawyer, doctor, and engineer committed and ready to start the moment we are funded. We are in the Technion Enterprise Program, and we have opened direct lines into J42 Inception ecosystem and Arabic NLP research community. What we don't have yet is a capital and champion in the region, and that's exactly what I am on this stage. We are asking for pre-seed capital, introduction to sovereign AI programs, humans, DIA, J42, and pilot customer for the expert pipeline.
Raja, sorry, we'll need to stop you. The buzzer was on. I think we have an issue hearing it. I'm really sorry, but we will have to jump to Q&A.
Sure.
Raja, quick question. The diagnosis and cure flywheel that you've described is an interesting paradox. As the models improve inherently over time, does the benchmark also become more sophisticated in line with that?
Yeah, sure. The benchmark is running almost every month. Right now, it's running once a month, getting new data that add to Hugging Face or any open source that we have in the internet about Arabic question and Arabic data. And actually, we are training it. We are running the benchmark every once a month right now.
Thank you, Raja. We need to move to our next contestants, which is Ahmad Bazian from a village called Salem, and Suhab Shara from Nazareth in Israel, who founded Volunteen, an app that motivates kids to do positive real-life activities by turning them into fun, game-like rewards that encourage responsibility, kindness, and community involvement.
Thank you, Bisan. Hello, everyone. My name is Suha. I'm very happy to meet you all today. We're going to be talking about our initiative, Volunteen. So, in order to understand what Volunteen is, let's imagine a kid called Amir. Amir is a very highly motivated, intelligent kid, and he's always eager to win and he loves to compete. But when it comes to homework and school, he's very bored. He doesn't like to do his homeworks and chores and tasks, and he feels extra bored and very slow at doing his chores. But if we give him a phone, first of all, he's much more motivated. He loves gaming and challenging his friends. Suddenly, we see that he's very happy and is extra passionate about what he's doing. So here, the problem that we saw, that the problem is not with Amir's intelligence nor his capability. The problem really is about the tools and environment that Amir is having. Actually, what we want to do here is to turn this phone and these challenges and motivation into growth. And that's the school is what the school are not leveraging. The school is not leveraging how much Amir is talented and also eager to win. And that's where Volunteen app come into action. So if we imagine that the phone that Amir loves turns from distraction tool into a tool that motivates him to grow and learn and have much more positive impact. And this is actually exactly what Volunteen Wordwood does. The tasks that we have and the schools can track and add their tasks to measure how the kids are progressed. And then afterwards, Volunteen app turn these tasks into a fun and challenging way, just exactly like this. This is the demo that we have. We're showing you here an example of how Amir has, for example, a task that he needs to do with a library and in 1 hour of library teaching in the app, and then he needs to upload an evidence. The app approve it using API. Afterwards, he gets rewards. And through these rewards, he can challenge and compete with his friends in school. So for the kids and the students, it's a fun game. But for the school, it's a system that tracks the measurement and the progress of the kids. So now with Volunteen, we see that Amir's phone becomes part of the solution. This phone turns from a distraction tool into a growth tool. What we do here is that we add through Volunteen app tasks, actually the school and the institution add tasks to the kids and to the students. They measure their progress. The kids really introduce or play with these tasks and provide evidences of doing their tasks. At the end of the day, they challenge with their friends and they complete their tasks, and then everybody is happy. What's going on here is that the engagement turns into achievement. The kids are much more motivated. Amir now, his grades are increasing. Everybody is happy and everybody wins. So our current stage now, we are local and in partnership with five schools in Israel, one institution and one online course. All of them combined align that the need is real, and the need here is to motivate the kids and to track their measurements. So that's why our dream is to expand to the whole world, which can combine around 1 million schools. And then if we expand to the other, if we expand, we see that the school will really have much more need, and the need is global. So this is how our mission. Our mission is to empower children to build positive habits and confidence, not only in their classmates but also around their parents and local community.
Thank
With
you.
Volunteen,
Sorry that I'm stopping you, but we really need to be good with timing. Sorry, I'm passing
yes,
it
of
to the
course.
chart.
Yeah.
Sharks, please feel free to jump in.
A few years ago, I backed a company called Noon Academy, out of out of Saudi Arabia, and they're an older company and they didn't have a lot of the technological tools that you have, right, to generate content and to analyze. They've sort of grown into it. One of the roadblocks that they hit periodically was at the end of the day, in order for the payers to pay, which are the parents and eventually the education systems, you need that kind of expert layer. You need kind of that. And so the way they answered it was matching with tutors, that they ultimately created a marketplace whereby, okay, you have this motivation, this gamification, and then what people are really willing to pay for, at least, in some of the Gulf states, is for that personalized attention. And that's where kind of, money flowed through the system that ultimately accrued value to the platform. I think it was touched upon, briefly, but maybe a layer deeper into ultimately how you monetize and how this becomes a big business. Help me follow the dollar through the system in a way that accrues value to Volunteen.
So basically, as I just said previously, we have an older model of monetizing by subscription by the parents who were paying. Now we getting paid by the schools, where we go to the schools and tell us what your goal, what you want to achieve in this month, and we just create the content based on their goals, based on our some kind of system that we built of how to build a program to achieve a goal, which is one of the most important things inside Volunteen, is the content and how to achieve the goal, not only the game itself. So we are going to the school, we're asking for a goal, and we're creating program. So currently we are doing that manually. I believe soon enough we will have enough programs to cover a more and more goals, and then we can just mix them and sell them to the school. So basically we are getting paid a monthly by subscription from the schools.
Also, I want to add here regarding the measurement, because you asked about like the tracking. So as the analytical measurement, we want to do some kind of A/B testing to understand how a Volunteen would really add value to the schools itself. Like if we want to measure, for example, how we can define the goal, and then some school would not have Volunteen and other schools would have Volunteen, and then we would say, like, for example, increasing in degrees, or how much the incrementality of their progress and motivation. We want to measure this exactly and see how Volunteen would really affect in this way.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ahmad and Suha. Last but not least, we have Ghassan Hammad from the West Bank, who is one of the co-founders of Zaytounic, which takes harmful waste, turns it into eco-friendly plastic using a natural process and lowers costs by getting the waste sources to supply the materials.
Thank you very much, Wissam, for the amazing introduction. Please do give me like a nudnik buzz when I get to the 1 minute. So I'm really glad to be here. I'm really glad to be presenting my teamwork. To start, Zaytoun means olive in Arabic, and for thousands of years, olive has been a symbol of land, livelihood, and endurance across the Mediterranean. But we believe its next chapter have barely begun. So 95% of olive oil production comes from the Mediterranean. The olive tree is not just a crop in the region. It is a financial backbone for millions of families. Many of these farmers are not operating on big margins or large safety nets. The harvest is what carries the year: income, food, work, and local trade. So when anything threatens the stability of the olive sector, the impact reaches far beyond agriculture. An industry this significant is not something we can afford to leave vulnerable. So what's the industry's biggest problem? Well, an olive oil bottle like this in your kitchen has produced 5 liters of wastewater. If you're an olive farmer, only 20% of your raw material is turned into a valuable product. Sorry. We're dealing with a 5-to-1 waste ratio during milling. And as we all know, the olive oil have antibacterial compounds that make it healthy for us. But all of that is concentrated in the wastewater, which make it extremely toxic to the environment. So we looked for answers and solutions in the market, and we collaborated with Professor Omer Saigon on water recompression technology. System is simple. It takes 1 ton of olive mill wastewater, recovers about 80% as irrigation water that can go back to the farmers, and leaves 20% as a concentrated organic stream. One plant can service about 3 mills with operating costs around half $US per ton. Mills are willing to pay service fee, but with a $200,000 capital cost for one plant, service fee alone does not create enough payback. So that was the key business insight. This cannot only be a wastewater treatment model. To make the unit scalable, we needed to turn the remaining 20% into a higher value product stream. The remaining 20% becomes the real opportunity. The bioplastic production, the process is very simple in principle. You grow bacteria, you feed them carbon, and they produce biodegradable polymers. The biggest problem is cost. We looked at one of the biggest markets near us, which is in Europe. All of the countries in Europe signed on a banning single-use plastic. So they are desperately looking for biodegradable alternatives. The materials we want to produce is called PHA. It's a biodegradable, biocompatible polymer with very high-value medical applications. You can make from it medical mesh used in hernia repair, reconstructive surgeries, bone scaffolds, even dentists, wound management, medical stitches, you name it. The price for that could range from $100 to $1,000 per kilogram. Depends how refined the material is. So we have the wastewater treatment plant. We have partnered with one of the best graduate schools in the US. We're working with 2 interns, PhD candidates, to add the bioplastic manufacturing layer on the wastewater treatment technology. Okay, got it. We are a team of environmentalists, scientists, collaborators. I have team members in Israel, in the US. Thank you. And we're ready. We gathered letters of intent from mills. They really want to be working with us. The environmental regulators across the region will enforce our solution as an industry standard. We have commercial partners, and we have a very clear roadmap for the next years.
Thank you, Ghassan. Sorry, I will need to stop you here, and we will need to go to the sharks. Sharks,
All
please
right.
feel free to jump in.
Yeah, thank you very much. Great pitch. Which you mentioned you need to go beyond just wastewater treatment. So which product do you think will become the hero product, the most lucrative source of revenue for you? Is it the bioplastics, the irrigation water? What do you intend to be the biggest winner?
So the biggest winner here is obviously the PHA. It's a biodegradable polymer. It's being sold at, again, like $100 per kilogram at least. And it's used in pharmaceuticals. As we scale, we can go to other industries that are like a higher volume, lower profit, like packaging. It could be used like, it have many, many applications. So it could be used like for drug delivery, it could be used for packaging, it could be used for sustainable fashion. But in the first years, we really want to go for low volume and high profit like pharmaceuticals, and until we reach a point where we scale across the region, and then we can scale regionally. It's a $1 billion industry. It's plastic pretty much. It's
Yeah.
a very wide industry.
So,
And yeah, allow me to say, sorry,
no, Karen. Yeah.
I need to take advantage of these few moments. We're needing lab membership. Our interns are working in the University of Wisconsin-Madison. We need lab membership. We need to order materials. A falafel sandwich for me right now is way tastier than a filet mignon 1 month from now. So if you really want to get your name on a patent and help us get to the next stage, invest in a big solution to a big problem. Yeah, that was.
Thank you for that. So you mentioned scale, and you also said in your deck that the current biodegradable plastics are around 4 to 6x more expensive than traditional conventional plastics. At scale, are you able to compete with conventional plastics on price?
Not right now. This is something that like the governments need to enforce. Pretty much there is like a feedback loop when it comes to such climate decisions. What that means is that petroleum-based plastics is very cheap, and the biggest priority right now is for recycling. Again, for recycling, you need like to spend money and spend emissions on fossil fuels again. But it's being produced at $2 per kilogram, $1 to $2 per kilogram. To be able to actually to replace all of that, we need climate advocates to pressure the government, and the governments will pressure businesses so we can switch to biodegradable polymers. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
I have a quick question about feedstock reliability. So, from my understanding, olive milling is very seasonal, it's very regional. How would you ensure that you had a continuous input into your plant processing operations?
Great question. Amazing. I love that question. Well, in this industry, if you control the feedstock, you rule pretty much. This is like our unique competitive advantages that is also sustainable. We are controlling the feedstock pretty much, and it's justified because we're actually solving a compliance problem for the farmers. We're giving back irrigation water, and then they're like, okay, take my waste, take my problem. The waste ratio is huge. So it's again a 5-to-1 ratio to be dealing. It's a season that is very intense, very short, and generating a lot of wastewater. So we will be dealing with problems. This is a risk that we need to mitigate. We need to build local partners, teams on the ground, and we do have people in Tunisia, in Morocco, and Palestine also. This is a risk to be mitigated. You're right.
Thanks.
Since you ran out of time, perhaps you can quickly just talk about your team slide that you didn't get to complete.
Yes. So this is the biggest traction that I have as a founder, to be honest. The person who was with me earliest in the company, her name is Ayelet Nirshter. She's an Israeli woman from Even Yehuda. She's been working. She worked for 20 years in film acquisitions, and we gathered on pretty much peace building. I was in the space for some time, And, it's really difficult to find business people in peace building. This is why I appreciate this platform, actually. And then we started just like speaking. We started like organizing webinars, speaking about ourselves, and we got reached out by Rachel from the University of Wisconsin Medicine. I am researching this guy's, and I want to help you. We established an industrial partnership with the university. So right now we're working with Rachel and another intern called Layla. And then we're looking for the technology person, which is in our, I'm a mechanical engineer. This is what I studied. So I was looking for a solution that could solve our problem, but needs to be tailored to the olive oil industry. And then we found the next solution. Who's going to pay for it? Again. So that solution is something we worked on with Professor Omer. He's based in Berlin, and he have really great knowledge. And our most recent hire was David Golas. He has a PhD from the University of Florida. He also studied in Wisconsin Medicine. So it's pretty much me speaking a lot about the startup. This is how I gathered these amazing people around me, and everything that you've seen, it's a team effort. I couldn't have achieved any of this alone.
Thank you, Ghassan. Thank you, everyone. And now it's the moment we've all been waiting for, where we will see which contestant advance to the next round. Each of the 8 contestants was judged on a 1 to 5 scale, but by each judge on their chance of being big. And we have the results, and here they are. In third place, with an average score of 3, is the SmartWrench. On the second place, with an average score of 3.125, is Volunteen. And in the first place, with an average score of 4.125, is Zaytounic. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you, the contestants, the sharks, all the attendees. If any investor who may be watching is interested in investing in one of these companies, please contact us at shark@ropes.org. Sorry, Shark with a Q. Shark Tank with a Q. This contest is an initiative of Ropes. You can learn more about its peace building work at ropes.org. If you would like to support Shark Tank or Ropes' many others people-to-people programs, please consider making a tax deductible donation at ropes.org/donate. And thank you again, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you at our next episode of Shark Tank.